Kurwa mać. Kurwa, I have a... Kurwa mać. Kurwa, I have everything. I need to get only to the safe place. One down. Okay. Fine. Can take. Fine. Can take this one. Okay. Fine. Can take this one. One down. Okay, can take this one. Can do this now. It's not the best, but there's no way I'm gonna get better result now. This one. Can do this now. It's not the best. There's no way I'm gonna get better result now. Save this bitch. And the worst thing gonna no.
Said emoji astonished.
Kurwa, I don't know if I remember correctly.
TT_milk has 420 said DBD is on sale lol.
Dead by Daylight. Kurwa mać. Kurwa, I have everything. I need to get only to the safe place. One down. Okay, can take this one. Can do this now. Can do this now. It's not the best, but there's no way I'm not the best. There's no way I'm gonna get better result now. And the worst thing gonna be editing this fucking part. Yo, I'm already on it. That was no. There we go. This fucking part. There we go. The help. The help.
Greeting, my child. Greeting, my child. child. Come, won't join yours.
No thank.
TT underscore
No thank.
TT underscore Milkus 420 said amazing dialogue.
Yeah, world class.
Dialogue.
Yeah, world class. Amazing gameplay. Amazing.
Dialogue.
Yeah, world class. Amazing gameplay. Yeah. But how many? Class. Amazing gameplay. But how many? Jebane duchy. Amazing gameplay. But how many? Jebane duchy. Man, now I hate this fucking situation. Jebane duchy. Man, now I hate these fucking situations when I have nothing. Kurwa, this is what I get. These fucking situations when I have nothing. Kurwa, this is what I get for standard. I was thinking I'm smart. It appears not. It's not. Oh, I fuck up. Yeah. Fuck up again. This guy said. I better win this one. Fuck up again. This guy said. I better win this one. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. This guy said, I better win this one. Whoa.
And said, at asks.
So, wow. Я не говорит по-русски. Я не понимаю. Sorry, I don't speak. I speak only English. Привет, братан. A ja jestem z Polski, a ja nie mówię po rosyjsku. Sorry, man. Trying to feed this thing. Games. Now this is rosyjsku. Sorry, man. Now this is to...
Songitto said tormented souls too.
I'm thinking of playing Silent Hill. Thank you. I'm gonna skip to the part when I... Hey, you fuck off! I'm always so close. Hey, you fuck off! Ja nie mówię po rosyjsku. Sorry, man. Now this is to...
Songitto said tormented souls too.
Hey, you fuck off! I'm always so close. Oh. I'm always so close. Kurwa mać. Jakby powiedzieć to po rosyjsku, suka, blad. Blad! Blad! I'm showing off, but cannot speak Russian.
It asks what's your name.
O kurwa. Songitto, but my name is Marcin. Original name. Original name. Of course I fuck it up again. What? Name. Of course I fuck it up again. Why?
It asks you been streaming for a long time.
Yeah, very long time to be fair. I would say I stream 5 years, but I don't do nothing. You mean it's very like you mean it's very like I don't know what to tell you. I don't do Dark Bite. What's up, bro? Oh man. Especially they're cool. More of you. Funny how people are watching this. What can I say? No. I already subscribed. Just me, man, but that's alright because I support you. Thanks, man. Right.
At Botrix said Botrix has correctly joined the channel. At Sharkbite_White said yo WSP bro. At Sharkbite_White said just me man, but that's alright because I support you man.
Tell you, I don't do everything what I should be doing.
It asks what country do you live in?
I live like I'm giving all away my information. In Netherlands. The Netherworld.
At said I wouldn't like to come Russia.
You wouldn't like to come to Russia?
At Sotos Super Saiyan 4 asks Songitto my friend how are you?
Hello Soto, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
minus 20. At Sharkbite underscore white said I've been to Russia before, lots of anger people. At said I wouldn't like to come Russia.
You wouldn't like to come to Russia? Come to Russia. Oh, in Netherlands it's 5. Oh, in Netherlands it's 5. I wonder what's the question. Yeah, I'm gonna think about this later. Five. Oh, that takes forever. Come to Russia. Oh, in Netherlands it's 5.
At Soto's Super Saiyan 4 said hello Sharkbite.
A heart here. Oh, that takes forever. Takes forever to do. Yeah. Were the Russians or your stream? Yes, few of them, but they left.
At Sharkbite underscore white asks how much of a pain to edit your stuff.
Wow, a lot. No, I don't.
At Sharkbite underscore white said also hello Soto.
Like, for me, it's not a problem to edit. I like editing, yeah. It just takes a lot of time, of course. Like a lot of time consuming, and it's like just now it's just cutting.
What is the point of the game?
You have to kill this. Later, yeah, like later it's gonna be more fun when I'm gonna start adding memes and all that shit. You have to kill There we go.
At Sotos Super Saiyan 4 asks Sharkbite, do you know Paco 2049?
You have to kill There we go, I did. Oh, now.
At Sharkbite underscore white said yeah I remember him.
There we go, I did. Oh, now. Fucking shit. I have to survive. Give. Expecting that.
At Sharkbite underscore white said I also know Asura.
I have to survive. Checking if there's anything I can get. God damn, it's always. I'm on my last breath. The point of this game Last breath. The point of this game is to survive. So now we don't have to survive. So now we don't have to. Oh yeah. Ah, to be fair, the point of the game is to save. Save your sister. The game is to save your sister. Oh my god, I need to save. There's some saving and then I'm gonna try to fight those bastards.
At said I can sharkbite underscore white said I also used to be a mod, but that was 5 years ago. Things change, man, especially people.
I wonder. Oh, that's
At said I can give money for donations alerts. Nothing else works.
can give
At
money
said so
those bastards.
At said I can give money for donations alerts. Nothing else works.
Can give
At
money.
said sorry person bowing emoji.
You can or you cannot. You don't have to. I go to work, man. I have money.
I knew it. Knew Lucia was behind all. She's done something to my sister. I don't know. This one's trying.
Bad idea. Bad idea. You don't need to pay. You think? Ah. Okay, nice. Ah, okay, nice. Oh. Okay, nice. Oh. Fucking shit. Fucking shit. What is happening? Please. Fucking shit. What the hell is happening? Please don't tell me you killed. Know what? You know what I need to do. You know what I need to do. Nice, the revenge. You know what I need to do? Nice, the revenge. Bitch. 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 Kurwa. No, I can defeat them. Quick check. No, 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 I can defeat them. Quick check. What's here? Whatever. And quick check. What's here? Wait. Whatever. It. Whatever. Okay, so how many parts I already done? Nine. I've been the longest. Ever. And went what?
A man that won the world's strongest. What the fuck is going on? Jamie Booker won the title of strongest woman at the strongest woman competition in Arlington, Texas. Man. She's not having it, bro. Like, she's pissed. I'd be pissed too. Yeah, you worked your fucking ass off and have that happen. That's crazy.
So at the weekend, the official Strongman Games happened, and this is a federation that people go to compete to find out who's the best at the world in their weight class. So for instance, they have like the men's under 83 kilos.
Songitto 1000. You said so. Right. Atash Humor said hi.
Hey.
Atash Humor.
I like it. Don't be so fuck. Instead of being annoying.
Atash Humor said sup song.
Relax.
Atash Humor said hi.
I have to say. Hey. Man, I feel like a big pig.
Brian
Kilo, the men's 90 kilo, the men's 105 kilo, the men's open, they have the women's 63s, the women's 73s, etc. And it's an amazing event, run by some amazing people. And it is also a qualifying process for Giants Live, which in turn is a qualifying process for the World's Strongest Man. So it is in terms of top tier federations, official Strongman Games, we've got World's Strongest Man, we've got Giants Live, and then we've got official Strongman Games. It's literally
like the third one down.
Number 1, number 2, number 3. All the other competitions are underneath that in terms of athlete. You know, so official Strongman Games is an amazing event.
So it's like a third-tier event.
Who is the strongest person on this planet? One of the events hosted this weekend was the World's Strongest Woman. Now, I came across this because I saw a post from Andrea Thompson, who has won World's Strongest Woman in the past and has held the world record deadlift, etc. She's an amazing human being. And the post was, I was getting this vibe from this post that Andrea was almost like retiring. That's the vibe I got. It was like, I'm kind of like, this is the last time, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the post exactly. But it just didn't give a good vibe. Sounds like something in right there. So I dug in, who beat Andrea? Because Andrea's a phenomenal strength athlete. Who beat Andrea Thompson? And the name, Jamie Booker, popped up. So I went on their profile. So the bio is pro strong woman. She's put in a latest title for the weekend, World's Strongest Woman 2025, North America's Strongest Woman, second place, classic first place, personal trainer DM for inquiry. Now, face value, everything seems normal. If you go to the profile, she put events from the weekend.
So the thing that never happens happened? So just so I understand this. So the thing that they always say never was going to happen, and the thing literally, like, how is it possible? I'll get to it. I'll get to the south part.
So she's got a coach. Just everything like good look at official Strongman Games. Everything looks normal. There's a bit of training here doing sandbags, 225 pound sandbags, which is 100 kilo.
Right.
Look at that, mauling it.
That's a lot.
Super strong. 121 pound dumbbell.
That's a lot.
Last set before.
That's like me.
And she's smashing it. Yeah,
it's like the size of me.
It's going up. Look how easy it looks. But look at the size of this lady. Like, she's got to be 6'3", 6'4". Looking at her, I don't want to upset anybody. 170 kilo, maybe.
he's trying to be politically correct about this. And he's trying to get her way. He's like, okay, don't want to make anybody mad, but you know, somewhere around there.
175, maybe 180. Close to, say, 380 pounds,
Yeah.
400 pounds
Yeah, yeah.
in body weight. Like, that is a big girl.
Yeah.
And if you keep going down, you've got some feats of strength,
Okay.
like deadlifting 140 kilos.
That seems like a lot.
Very, very easily.
It's like 300
Just
pounds.
Look at that. Like,
Wow.
stiff leg.
Damn.
Yeah, Jesus.
How about
Next
that?
141 pound dumbbell
Wow.
for a double. So that's like 65 kilo. One arm
Jesus.
above the head. Like, this is a strong lady.
Yeah, sure
So I
is.
asked a few other people, like, where did this Jamie Booker come from? And then I got a response I was not expecting. So the response was like,
But were you really not expecting it? But is that really true though? I mean, like, but really though?
my God, Jamie Booker
Yeah.
is a man. No one knew. She entered as a lady, put on a registration as a lady, did the whole competition as a lady, spoke as a lady, acted as a lady, and she turns out to be a man. And
How the fuck did this actually happen? How did this actually happen?
then I get sent some OnlyFans pictures, which I won't put on. Yeah, but yeah, there's irrefutable
fuck?
evidence that Jamie Booker is a man. I've seen it myself.
I've seen it myself. Say no more. Say no more. For enough has already been imagined.
I've seen the thing with the tackle. I won't tackle myself. I'm definitely not a lady. So it brings me onto this. Like,
Yeah.
geez, what the has gone down?
What the
Like,
fuck?
Wow.
Wow.
Firstly, official strongman and the people that run it, I know, are amazing people, and I know deep down they would not have allowed this to happen had they known. But mistakes have been made, and I'm going to say, I say mistake. I'm going to say deceit by Jamie
Yep.
Booker. Jamie Booker it's almost like a wolf in sheep's clothing, isn't it? Just like,
Bro, he's just going in on it. Actually, fucking, like, and this is a big deal. I really respect Eddie for coming out and saying this because, you know, like this guy, like, I mean, he's won strongman competitions before in the past. Like, so, you know, him as like one of the, like, I would say, like, you know, pinnacle athletes in this field coming out and saying this is really necessary and really appreciated. Yeah, this is great.
in disguise, entered a man entering a women's strength contest. Now, if it's the way around, so like, right, so let's say a woman transitioned to a man,
Right.
entered a man's strength contest. They haven't got a hell's chance. Like, no
Everybody knows it. And everybody knows. It's so obvious. Of course.
chance. No matter how big that
The
woman
British police are dragging Eddie out of his house as he speaks. Good luck with that.
is, how strong that woman is, they transition to a man into a man's strength contest. They are not
Yeah,
winning
have fun.
anything. Point blank, done. Discussion over. But for a man, like a low level, even, not even an amateur, like
Yeah.
a beginner strongman, transitioned into a woman and then into a woman's strongman contest.
That's crazy.
They almost likely win, just because of the sheer strength difference.
Because it's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. It's not, like, I don't even know what to say about this. It's so obvious.
It's just human nature. It's just the way we are. It's the DNA. And
Yeah.
this has happened. Like,
This
Jamie
has happened,
Booker's, I'm not going to say lied, but it's just deceited.
It's hard to know how it happened, right? I mean, we don't know how it happened. I mean, a mistake could have been made. It could have been an oversight. Maybe it was a lie. I mean, who knows?
Up front, like you should have been up front. You should have
Biology
said,
read?
I'm a man.
Ooh.
I now identify as a woman, and I want to compete in the women's world's strongest woman. And
Yeah.
what most likely would have happened is the official strongman games and the owners probably would have gone, right, okay, there's obviously a class for this. Can anybody else enter with you? And let's create
Yeah.
a transsexual strongest person.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Exactly. Yeah, you want to have a third league and have people that have, you know, like different gender identifications compete in that. That's fine. Yeah. What's the problem with that? Go ahead.
I don't know, world's strongest person. Okay, so and most likely that's what would have happened. But it's just the fact that she's done this under the radar and deceived a lot of people and a lot of women. Now,
I mean, the thing is, like, that's crazy if she actually didn't even say that. Like, if you're actively trying to hide the fact that you are the other gender, especially for something like this, right, where you do have an innate physical advantage for it, that's crazy. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
what grinds on me is that these women put
Yeah.
their heart and soul. Let me just bring up Andrea Thompson. So here we are, Andrea
I really hope he's going to use the like that they're putting in all the effort and he's taking advantage of it.
Thompson.
Like, I want to see that.
And she is a sports person, silverback athlete, 2018 World's Strongest Woman Opens, 2023
Good for her.
World's Strongest Woman Masters 40 plus,
Wow.
qualified PT online coach. And if you go down to Andrea Thompson's profile, you'll see posts of her, like this is one of the trophy, but this is the post I
Yep.
saw. I mean, the last official Strongman Games, World's Strongest Woman 2025.
Wow.
Now that, to me, implies that this is the last time she'll be a World's Strongest Woman. Most will be pleased with second. I'm not came for the win. But
I wouldn't be
obviously
pleased
that's
either, given the situation.
In hindsight, I knew Logan Stones would be my weakness, but we always hope for a miracle.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all ladies, put in a good fight. Some dark horses, I know obviously you're going to be not the ranks.
Some dark horses. Is that what she called it? A dark horse. How about that?
Sport messages and kind words I received. No time to dwell on what could have been off the single.
You don't hear that a lot.
That was 5 hours ago, so I'm sure this is going to be after all the controversies
Yes,
come to light.
of
So
course.
Andrea Thompson, I mean, this is her doing the deadlift.
5-1, Jesus.
It sounds like it was a close contest. Like, Andrea Thompson is a powerhouse.
So she almost won even with competing against a biological male. That's fucking impressive.
Andrea is give her
Damn.
heart and soul to this sport. Like, she has dedicated her life
Right.
as a strong woman. She's probably worked a full-time job during the whole process.
Sure.
As well. Sacrificed time with her partners, her kids.
Yep, sure,
social life.
absolutely.
Like, she's given her life to a strong woman. Now, that's what grinds on me, is that somebody's sacrificed.
I'm really glad that he's using this line of like argumentation because it's like kind of emotional messaging, but I think it's the one type of messaging that is the most counter to the acceptance of it, is that you're basically taking advantage of a person's entire life's work and, you know, them being at the pinnacle of their athletic career, and then you're just doing this because, and this person now is not able to reap the benefits or the satisfaction of being able to achieve that. I'm very, very glad to see this. I totally agree with him too, obviously. It's both emotional and logical. Yeah, I guess so.
So much. If that was my daughter in that situation and she took her body to the limits, took her body to the absolute breaking point and put a relationship at risk, sacrificed time with the kids,
Yep.
spent thousands of pounds on physio, food, recovery,
Yep.
travel, to then go a contest and lose to a man, I'd be fucking, wow, yeah. I'd be really angry if that was
Yeah, I'd be fucking furious too, absolutely. Yeah, it sucks.
that was my daughter. And I've got daughters, you know, and I don't want my daughters to grow up in a world where that's okay, because it's just not okay.
It's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair. And the problem is that there will be some people that will come and take what he's saying here as being transphobic or something like that. But this is one of the instances, like, we're not talking about somebody, you know, like identifying as something, like, or wearing a dress, or whether somebody's able to wear makeup. Like, you're really talking about, this is one of the biological differences. It's kind of like all these people talk constantly about how, you know, gender and sex are two different things. But this is one of the instances where actually that argumentation works against you, because in this instance, you're talking about sexual advantages, like genuine sexual advantages that are based off of the innate characteristics of someone being a male or a female. And really, I think that transcends any sort of, like, you know, social messaging, right? It goes way beyond that.
So I really feel.
Why I keep saying she? Oh, I don't care, because here's the reason why. This is the reason why. I don't have a problem with people identifying as trans. I have a problem with people identifying as trans and then invading women's spaces. That's what I have a problem with. So, like, if you want to be trans, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Go ahead, right? You want to wear a dress, wear makeup, and call yourself a woman and get surgery for it? Have fun, right? It's your life. You're going to be able to do what you want. And also, if you don't want to respect somebody's pronouns, then don't do it. I don't care. It's not my problem. I'm not your dad. But, like, I'm just telling you the way that I do things, right? Is I usually generally respect people's pronouns, but at the same time, you know, I recognize that there's a biological difference between a trans woman and a biological woman. I think this is, by the way, my perspective on this is the perspective that I think most people have. Like, they're willing to play ball and be reasonable and be polite, but at the same time, don't wear it out. I do. I think it's the way most people feel. No, dude, that's fine. I mean, if you don't feel that way, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. I'm not going to tell you that you have to think the way that I think. I'm just sharing the way that I feel. You ask me a question, there's my answer. There you go.
Or Andrea, and she's probably too polite. Like, doesn't want to have a battle online.
Well, no, it's because nobody, and the thing is, like, she doesn't have a big social media presence like Eddie has, right? Like, nobody knows her really on the same level that, like, they know Eddie Hall. Like, he's like one of the, like, top most well-known people in the sport. So it's like whenever you come out and you say something like that, you're gonna have a ton of people that will attack you maliciously and like be hyper hostile to you if you speak out against this at all. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at her not speaking out about this. I'd be afraid to do it too. Yeah, I totally get it.
Get into the ins and outs of it. Yeah, she's too nice, but something needs to be done here. And I think now the truth is out, and I think now the news has come out. She is a man. I have a feeling.
Well, I think that really this is what I know. Like, if this person didn't say that they were trans whenever they entered into the contest, they did so on a level of bad faith that is just completely manipulative and extremely problematic. So to me, like, that's how I see it. Is that, like, this is a person that very clearly is acting in bad faith. They're trying to do something that they shouldn't be trying to do.
The title will be revoked by Will's. I think now the news has come out. She is a man. I have a feeling that the title will be revoked by Will's official channel games, and the people that own it will do the right thing because they are good people. And it's not about upsetting Jamie or anything. It's not about that. It's just about doing the right thing. If they want to come and compete in strong man, strong woman, or
it sucks that, like, there's like so many cuts. Obviously, like you saw, there's like 5 cuts here. And I think probably the reason why is that he probably had to do like retakes for this to like make sure that people don't like try to take it out of context and turn him into like this horrible person, which he's obviously not. I mean, this is a completely reasonable, normal position to have that I think most people agree with and understand. But, you know, it's unfortunate to see somebody, you know, and maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but like I just feel like it's a little bit of a coincidence, right? And so to see that happen, it's disappointing to see people that are like so afraid and like self-censoring themselves about it, walking on eggshells. Yeah.
Person, then let's have a discussion and let's create something fair and equal that allows the women to do their thing without being stamped on.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I think that's what needs to happen. And
exactly.
Yeah, let's have a conversation. What do you think in the comments? Hit me up in the comment section. What do you think should be done about this? And what is the fix? What is the remedy? What is the cure?
I think eat and delete. It's pretty simple. Yeah, you just simply revoke it and say it didn't happen. Like that, yeah, like we had somebody that like was a biological male that competed in the women's competition. We didn't know at the time, our bad. And yeah, now the actual winner is this other person. I feel like it's super simple.
Yeah. But for me, you know, as I said, if that was my daughter, I wouldn't stand for it. And so Andrea's dad
absolutely
would be the same. Mum and dad would be furious, alive or not. I don't know what they are. I'm sorry, Andrea, but I'm sure they would be not happy hearing their daughter lost something that she fought her entire life for to a man. Oh, it's just unfair. Oh. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry to come and talk about that. Yeah, just it's happening a lot in sports. It's been going on in swimming.
It did happen in swimming. I saw that. The Olympics.
You know, Olympics
and they changed the rules for the Olympic Games because of that. The Olympics recently ruled that anybody who's not a biological female cannot compete in a women's league. Which is like, I mean, it's crazy. You know what's so insane is the fact that we're even talking about this. What the fuck is going on? Can you believe that? Oh my God.
And we just need to.
Wow.
We all need to find a middle ground, and we all need to find a place where everyone can be happy, but also be fair as well. We've got to be fair to people. As I say, these people sacrifice their lives for sport. Parents sacrifice their lives for their kids, taking their kids to sessions when the kids. You know,
well, and it's also like it's just common sense, right? You've got 12 competitors, 20 competitors, and one person is competing on an uneven playing field. Well, that ruins the competition for everybody else. Even if, like, let's say you get 3rd place instead of 2nd place. Let's say you get 7th place instead of 8th place. That's still a person that shouldn't be there. And like, I don't understand how anybody can look at this and not see that this is just a blatant level of unfairness that should never be tolerated by anybody. Like, I view this issue as like the hyper leftist flat earth issue. This is the kind of stuff to me that it's like, okay, well, if you believe this, you have departed from the realm of rationality. Like, it's very obvious that biologically there's difference between men and women, like in terms of like, you know, athletic performance, right, and like what people are capable of. And so when I see somebody that's like unwilling to accept that, or they're going to try to like, you know, make exceptions and try to like, oh, but what about this other thing that doesn't make sense, you really, like, I mean, you're talking to a retard, right? You're talking to a retard. You're talking to somebody who has been ideologically captured, and they're not thinking about things.
So much time and dedication goes into this, just needs to be put right. So hit me up in the comments, what do you think should happen, what do you think should be done, and what is the answer to all this. And Jamie Booker, like, I'm not going to mock you at all. I'm just going to say, just speak to people. You've got to be upfront about this shit.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, it's fine. Like, if you want to be a trans, like, you know, power lifter or like athlete, then go ahead. You know, more power to you. The problem isn't that you're trans and you're doing the sport. The problem is you're actively trying to compete against women and take away their representation in the sport. That's the actual problem. Like, that's what people are actually mad about. And this is, I think the problem is that, like, this one individual person is not really reflective of, like, this isn't the, like, believe it or not, all trans people don't think that this person is great, right? Like, there's obviously, like, going to be contention even inside of that community as to whether this is acceptable or not. I think a lot of them probably are going to think the same thing that Eddie thinks. They're probably going to think the same thing I think. Like, where it's like, okay, well, yeah, we just want to be treated this way in society, but, like, obviously in situations where it's biological, there should be a difference. Of course, it's common sense. But the problem is that there are some people that try to interject themselves and put themselves into the conversation that are really just doing it for virtue signal points, right? They don't really care about trans issues. They don't care about trans people. They don't care about equality. They don't care about fairness. They don't care about anything, right? The only thing that they care about is inserting themselves into a space and then acting as the arbiter of what's good and what's bad, and then appointing themselves as the person who's good. That's really what they're doing. Because in my opinion, I think that stuff like this and the defense of it and the obfuscation of it being bad is actually doing more damage to trans people than transphobes are. I think that it is. Because the reason why is that a lot of people that hate trans people are, sometimes they can be like very extreme, and it can go to the point where I think sometimes it's irrational, right? It's like just a little bit too far. It's like, you've crossed over from like criticism into like harassment and like hostility and just being mean. And so, but what this does, I think, is that it radicalizes a lot of average people, a lot of like well-meaning, good-intentioned, average, everyday people, whenever they see something like this happen, and then they see it being defended. And I think that that's what really kind of pushes people away from supporting the cause. Being trans is irrational. It is irrational, but people, getting tattoos, you could say, is irrational. Like, being a furry is irrational. Being a drag queen is irrational. If somebody has a right to be irrational if they want to. Now, my point is, though, that I think that the biggest victims of stuff like this and the advocacy for it are actually other trans people. And I think that what happens is that, you do get people that are relatively apolitical, right? Like Eddie Hall, they're talking about this, and I think that they contribute to a negative sentiment towards trans people by their actions. And I think it's an undeniable reality, in my opinion. It's undeniable that these people that have been trans have like gone out of their way to do this, and I think that in doing so, it has massively negatively affected people. Like, that's really what it is. So yeah. And they responded radically because they got pushed radically. Exactly. Yeah, you can't push people into a radical position of saying that men and women have the same biological capacities and then expect for them to just be like, oh, okay, yeah, all right.
You have. I'm sorry, you have. What if I know I wouldn't get away with it, but if I dressed, shave my beard off, put a wig on, put a dress on, sneaked into a women's strength competition. It's just so unfair. So unfair. People fight their lives for this titles. Anyway, I'll say it over and over again. I don't want any, please, I do not want anything said or done to the Jamie Booker. Let the organisers deal with this.
They can handle it.
I don't think anyone should go online and stop bashing people. And,
no, there's no reason to do that.
And people have mental health to think about as well, and we should think about that too. So let's be civil, let's be right, let's be as politically correct as we can, and get through this troubling time in the world of stretch sports for women.
Yeah.
Right, guys, don't forget to check out the channel, the other videos, and also Black Friday sales are now live on beast.co.uk. We've got up to 50% off the entire site, so go and check that out. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Big love the Beast.
There it is. So yeah, let me go back. I'll go ahead and show you guys a video here. That's Beast, yeah, bringing sales up. I mean, good for him, right? He's trying to not go to UK jail. Yeah, right. And so anyway, this is Eddie Hall video, right? I actually thought I subbed to him. And yeah, he is a very, very well-known, like, a strongman. Like, he was on shows. He's done a number of other, like, things about it. Like, he's very famous, very well-known. He's got 3 million subscribers, obviously. Very known. Make sure to give him a sub, give him a like. He's a good guy. I've seen a number of his videos before. Seen him some other stuff as well. And so, dude, Jack, yeah, he's really good. And yeah, there you go, man. And so he's strongest man in the world for a while. Yeah, he was. And what is this here? Breaking Strongman Games World Championship said they were unaware that Jamie Booker was a male and when he was in the women's category, and now have disqualified him and stripped him of his titles. So this is again another very good ending to a ridiculous story. I can't even believe this shit still happens. But the positive side is that it's very rare nowadays, which is good. And I wanted to provide an update on what's happening following the official strongman games, which were held in Arlington, Texas. It appears that an athlete who's biologically male and who now identifies as female competed in the women's open category. Official strongman officials were unaware of this far ahead of the competition. It's crazy. Like, I do think that this person deserves some criticism for competing and then not disclosing this to the people running it, right? I mean, you're a strongman, right? Like, you're an athlete. You know what the difference is. Like, there's nobody who's like an elite athlete that doesn't understand this difference. They understand it better than anybody else. So it's manipulative, duplicitous, deceitful behavior, and it's just totally unacceptable. It is. And an attempt has been made to contact the competitor involved, but a response has not been received. Had we been aware or had this been declared at any point before or during the competition, this athlete would have not been permitted to compete in the women's open category. We are clear. Competitors can only compete in the category for the biological sex recorded at birth. So official strongman is inclusive and proud to run events which do not discriminate against athletes based on personal characteristics. Any athlete is welcome, but it is our responsibility to ensure fairness and ensure athletes are assigned to men's or women's categories based on whether they are recorded as male or female at birth. This is the most reasonable and normal opinion that you could possibly have. So yeah, there you go. And what is this here? If I can find it. And where did it go? This is. Let me go and see if I can find this here. What is this comment here? Jamie Booker winning World's Strongest Woman contest is such an incredible achievement, and we need to be lifting her up, not smashing her down. She's the world's strongest woman. Sorry, TERFs. Well, that sure didn't go very well, did it? Yeah. Oh, man. Wow, I don't even want to read these. Okay, so, yeah, call the retard police. I guess so. I'm going to get banned. LOL at my downvote ratio. Good to see the TERFs are out in force today. Do you feel this helps with trans rights? Most educated people believe women shouldn't be allowed to compete in women's sports. Yikes, sis. Great argument. Like, this has got to be a troll, right? Like, you've got to be a troll if you're doing this. Oh my God, a new win for the patriarchy. Yeah, I guess so. And what's a TERF? Trans exclusionary radical feminist. It's a term that's used for women that acknowledge that somebody can be trans, but don't want to share women's spaces with people who are trans. That's like J.K. Rowling is a good example of this, right? And that's what the term. And again, I'm not arguing about this. I don't want to debate it. Like, you guys know what my position on it is. Like, so a woman, yes, basically, right? And so, but that's what it is, right? I'm not saying this is what it is or it's good. I'm just saying this is how it is. So yeah, anyway, normal people, yeah, I mean, I would say that I agree with TERFs. I do. And I think that most people do, by the way. So yeah, the title was just stripped from Booker. Still won. No, they gave the championship to somebody else. Yeah, they just gave it to somebody. What do you mean? They still won. No, they didn't. So yeah, anyway, Let me see here. How does she compare to an elite male? Well, probably not even remotely close, right? So Strongman Games wants us to believe they had no idea this dude was competing in women's category until after he walked off the titles. That's not oversight. That's organization asleep at the wheel and now scrambling because they got caught. I think the fact is that like a lot of them didn't expect to see something like this happen. It's kind of like a lot of times you can get away with something by just being like, I remember like, for example, like we used to buy eggs to make omelets. We would make a lot of omelets, usually on people's cars and houses, but we would make omelets usually on the weekends whenever we were in high school. And I had a friend that would buy 1 box of eggs and then he would walk out with 2 boxes of eggs. And nobody ever did anything because if you just like most of the time, a lot of crimes, you can get away with a lot of crimes. I'm not saying this is a crime, but you can get away with something that's deceptive if you play it off as if you're supposed to be there. You absolutely can. And a lot of people know that. I mean, you guys probably have been in a situation like that. You've seen somebody in a situation like that. It's like that robbery in the museum. Yeah, exactly. You just walk in and act like it's yours and you walk out with it, right? And so I don't think that they really deserve a lot of blame. I think that there's like accountability where it's like, okay, you need to make sure you know about this. They knew damn well when he yanked the title after the internet exploded. Real champs like Andrew Thompson get shafted because of this farce. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just again, how did everyone else in the world seem to know that he was a man and they didn't? Because they just literally signed up and that was it. Yeah, just went and signed up, and there was nothing else more to it than that. So yeah, I don't know, the Bill Clinton kid. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Like, how did the Bill Clinton kid get up on the Game Awards? You know, the fucking the speech thing. Well, the reason why is because he acted like he was supposed to be there. So I don't think that they deserve any harassment or like a lot of like strong critique. I mean, obviously, like yeah, it's not the way you're supposed to do things, but they made a mistake, and that's the way it is. It's plausible deniability. Yeah, exactly. He blended in. He did. He was slippery, wasn't he? So yeah, that's what I would say. Why don't the trans community promote equality to women in the Middle East though? All right, because they'd be thrown in buildings. Well, I do think that again, it's because they're not even in the Middle East community. That's the reason why, and also they're not part of the Middle East. I mean, but again, I do think that there is dissonance whenever you're supporting like a fucking like I'm trying to think of a good way to say it. Like if you're supporting like cultures that are like going and throwing people off of buildings, it's obviously a bad thing. There's no other side to throwing people off buildings. This is clearly bad, and anybody that thinks it's not is out of their fucking mind. So yeah, they act like it. Exactly, it's crazy. Crazy to see people support that. So yeah, only bad. Absolutely. People on the internet, obviously. And so yes, there we go. It actually happened. It actually happened. Holy fucking shit. I swear we're not all like that. This is crazy. I know that most trans people think it's fucking retarded. And here's what's crazy about it. This is even on the trans sub. Even on the male to female Reddit trans sub, this person got downvoted to 0. And I think this is before I even pulled it up or anything like that. It was at 0 beforehand. Most people don't support this. Even in their own home field, on their own home turf, I guess, well, pun intended in the circumstance, right? On their own home turf, they don't even support it, right? So there you go.
Hello, you absolute legends. Back in May, Logitech ran a speedrunning competition on Twin Galaxy's new platform called Aim and Run 2. As you can guess by the name, this was the second iteration of this competition, with the first one taking place around a month prior. For the competition, Logitech commissioned the creation of a custom Counter-Strike 2 map, and asked players to get through the course as fast as they could. The prizes they offered were pretty legit. First place got an insane golden mouse along with a keyboard, the top 10 all received a mouse and keyboard, and they even gave away a mouse for everyone inside the top 100. And this mouse is valued at over $100 US. So for a fun little speedrunning competition, it seemed like quite a bit of money was invested in prizes. Plus, if you placed in the top 50 and included webcam footage of yourself using a Logitech keyboard or mouse, you even got a Pro X2 wireless gaming headset, which is valued at over $200. But alongside prizes for going fast, they also included a special bonus prize for the first 5 entries that had a time ending in 8.88. This was called the Accuracy Challenge, and meant that you didn't necessarily need to go fast to win a prize. Even if you were slow, you could just sandbag at the end and try to win the challenge by exiting on the perfect frame. And that's exactly what the player Exotic Alec did. His run wasn't fast by any stretch of the imagination, and it was clear from his run that he wasn't intending to be. He fell off the course multiple times, so he obviously didn't care about getting a flawless run. And at the end, he camped the exit until he could leave with a time ending in 8.88. Exotic Alec was the first player to win the Accuracy Challenge. But strangely, he was the only player that seemed to go for this special prize, which is definitely not typical. Normally with a challenge like this, people scramble to win it because it literally doesn't matter how fast you are, and ending with 8.88 is possible at any speed. You could take minutes to reach the end and still win the prize if you were one of the first 5 players to submit their eligible run. So naturally, people gobble up these 5 prizes before doing anything else. And then, people started to realize that winning the Accuracy Challenge was a bit harder than they anticipated. In fact, it almost seemed impossible. Try as hard as they might, no one else could beat the course with a time ending in 8.88 seconds. Something was very, very wrong. And today, we will take a look at one of the worst attempts at a fake speedrun I think I've ever seen. I really hope you enjoy. Now, Legends, it's Christmas time, and what better way to spoil yourself or someone you love than with a beautiful poster from Displate. Displate offers metal posters that not only look amazing, but are also very durable and easy to install using their magnet mounting system. Not only does it avoid Despite Exotic Alec winning the Accuracy Challenge within the first day of the Aim and Run competition launching, no one else could manage to do it. And it turns out there was a very good reason why. A day after the competition began, the user Double Casu posted a message to the competition page claiming that getting a time ending in .88 wasn't possible, saying, "It's not possible to get a .88 time because the game is 64 tick, meaning each tick occurs every 15.625 milliseconds. The closest time to .88 are tick 56, 875 milliseconds, or tick 57, 890 milliseconds. And it's true that Counter-Strike 2 does run at 64 ticks per second. They do have a sub-tick system which can interpret inputs at more than 64 ticks per second, which affects movement and shooting and other actions that require inputs. However, it seems that with the in-game timer, it is stuck at 64 ticks per second, which means that ending in .88 doesn't appear to be possible. So if it's not possible, how on earth did Exotic Alec beat this challenge? His run seems pretty legit. It even has a webcam showing his keyboard. And as we all know, if you show a webcam, it's basically impossible to cheat. Well, the answer is as dumb as you might think. I will play the end of his run, and I want to see if you can notice anything weird or out of place. Definitely feel free to use the frame advance feature if you need to, and I really want to give you a chance to catch the discrepancy before I spoil it. So here we go. Now, I do have to admit that when you watch this at normal speed, it doesn't look anywhere near as stupid as if you go frame by frame. But the issue with the run is the timer that is showing on the wall. When he finishes the run, the timer actually stops at 0.89, before mysteriously going backwards to 0.88. Then we can see that the timer is clearly edited when he moves around, and it becomes really obvious when he pulls his gun out. The 8 ends up appearing in front of his hand. So what Exotic Alec obviously did is copy the number 8 and paste it over the 9 that was actually there. This leaves me with so many questions. It's obvious that this person spent a decent amount of time and effort to add in this 8, given that he's moving the screen around a fair bit after triggering the exit. This would have required him to go frame by frame and move the 8 to the correct position for every single frame. Evidently, he didn't do a very good job, because we can see the 8 move around a bunch compared to all of the other numbers. But to even get to this point still would have required a decent amount of work. He even edited the smaller timer showing down below. But if he was going frame by frame to make sure the 8 was in a reasonable position, how on earth did he allow the timer to show 0.89 for 2 frames before going back to 0.88? Why wouldn't he correct those 2 frames as well? It makes no sense to let the timer show 0.89 if you're just going to go back to 0.88. And this error happens on both timers, both the one on the wall and the smaller one showing down below. It's really, really bizarre. And if you're going frame by frame, why would you let the 8 show in front of your hand when pulling your gun out? I can understand that it would be pretty tricky when the number was only partially obscured, which it is for several frames. So to make that look good, you would have to mask the 8 so that only half of the 8 is showing. This would require a bit of extra work, but this is only for a few frames, so it probably wouldn't be too bad to do relatively convincingly. On this frame, however, the hand is completely covering the timer. There is no excuse for the 8 showing here at all, and all you would need to do is just not show anything. Why would you leave the 8 here if you're editing each frame and can clearly see that the hand should be obscuring your vision of the timer completely? I just really cannot understand how this possibly happened. But you know what makes this really, really stupid? It's the fact that he switched weapons and covered up the timer with his hand for no reason whatsoever. This was completely unnecessary. Maybe he thought the moving objects would make the fake timer less obvious, kind of like the way a cat is distracted by a laser pointer, which could also be why he shook the screen around after finishing the level as well. Though in reality, the shaking of the screen just makes the editing so much more challenging, a challenge that he clearly didn't care to overcome with any high level of competency. I'm going to give Exotic Alec a really simple solution that would solve all of his problems. Stop moving the camera around if you're going to try and cheat like this. It's almost as if he's having a stroke or something. Just finish the course and stand still. That way all of these issues don't come up. Between these 2 frames, the 8 seems to change position and size, even though the camera doesn't move and the numbers next to it hardly move either. I don't know exactly what method this guy used, but it seems like the 8 is moving and changing on every single frame, which shouldn't be necessary. Whatever he did was just really, really, really dumb. You know what's really funny though? Clearly, he did finish the level at 8.890, and then edited the timer afterwards. But shortly after it was realized by the competition organizers Logitech that 8.88 wasn't possible, they updated the challenge to require players to finish with a time ending in 8.890, which means that if he had just uploaded his run without doing any of the editing, he would have ended up being one of the first 5 with that time, and he would have won the prize. Yes, I know there's no way he could have predicted that, but it's still pretty funny nonetheless. Anyway, in a shocking turn of events, Exotic Alec's edited timer was quickly spotted by other players, and he was promptly banned. And now, I want to do something fun. I want to challenge you to see if you can fix Exotic Alec's run and make it look believable. I will put a link to his run in the description so you can download the raw file. And I'm curious to see if anyone out there can make it look half decent. I even asked the sponsor of this video, Displate, to give away a free poster to the person who can do the best job at making Exotic Alec's run possible. In order to enter, just put your fixed version in the Competition Hub channel in my Discord, and people will be able to vote on which one they think is the most believable by reacting to it with an eggplant emoji. The video with the most eggplant emojis by December 10 will win. But I will also have some fun and critique some of the other entries in a future video as well. So even if you don't win, you still might see your entry showcased in a future video, and I will either praise you for doing such a good job or make fun of you and point out all of the mistakes you made. So even if you don't win, we still might have a lot of fun with your entries no matter what. I wish you the best of luck trying to fix Exotic Alec's terrible editing, and I'm really excited to see what you manage to pull off. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
Okay.
Or mental retardation, call it.
Okay.
Bought an engagement ring for myself. Okay, but you guys told me to. In the comments of my last video, you guys kept talking about a ring. A lot of you were saying, girl, just go get one for yourself. So that's what I did.
This gotta be bait, right? Or mental retardation, call it. Massive day for the unemployed. Valkyrie has let off the deep end. People trolled her too hard with this image, she had to rebuttal.
Ring at Bulgari that I just fell in love with. It felt like way too much to get for myself, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, I hope someday I actually get engaged. The person that you are engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your damn self.
Then again, no matter what it is, it's kind of pathetic. It's either she's upset by 15-year-old Bangladeshi kids on the internet, or she's genuinely being dead ass.
So why shouldn't I get this ring for my damn self? So, this is me proposing to myself. Damn! Look at the gorgeous diamonds. And the packaging is beautiful, the way that it contrasts.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
You know when jewelry is so pretty, you want to eat it? Is that just me? Like, it's so delectable.
Whoa, big word. Impressive.
Will I be with me for the rest of my life? Well, yes, I have no choice. But yes, I'm gonna have the opportunity to gift my husband the sickest engagement ring for men that there ever was, and I cannot wait. You guys know how much I love gift giving, and just that idea makes me so happy.
I mean, let's not pretend people aren't getting all up in Pokemon's drill, practically asking her to get married, and I think she's open to the idea. She's talking about a husband, but engagement rings for men are gay. Get that, a Rolex. Even Tectone replied, holy f***, this is the most pathetic thing I've seen in my entire life. Good lord.
Man, f that nigga bitch Pokemon. That bitch on God has no children. You are pushing 40. Get off the videos, Grandma, and get in the kitchen. N-I-G-G-A.
Bro is crying over a woman buying her own ring like he doesn't buy himself DoorDash every night.
You ain't even got DoorDash where you from. Pipe down, buddy. You know, at this point, Pokemon's like Andrew Tate. Only third worlders defend them. But since we're all about positivity on the channel, you know, good choice, Pokemon. The ring does look pretty good.
Here's why I'm not married yet. My parents keep asking, so I'm just gonna sum in this video. 1. Dating while being a public figure has its difficulties. If I go on a dating app, I'm either bombarded with people asking if it's really me, or I get banned because they think I'm catfishing myself. Meeting up with a stranger is risky enough, but even more so after instances where a guy will pretend they don't know who I am, and then I find out they knew all along.
You know, even though I'm not 32, I might have just unlocked empathy because I do feel kind of bad for her. She making hella excuses to say she wants to be a hoe. Yeah, annoying, sure, but Pokemon isn't really much of a hoe, to be fair. But the fact she has to explain not being married at 29 shows how cooked the internet is. Some of y'all want women to be married by 22 like it's medieval Europe. Well, I guess in Nigeria they get married at like 14. It's not even a hot take to say that if you want children, you should have them earlier because the longer you wait, the more complications can arise.
Arise.
This absolute demon said, pushing 30 and still having a hoe phase. You're expired, buddy. Her personality sucks. I get why neighbors won't date her.
I also think that as a career-oriented woman, I don't want to settle for someone who's insecure about what I do or wants to control me. I never want to be that way towards my partner.
Sure, buddy.
2. I went through a rather traumatizing experience that made it hard for me to feel safe and trust others. Once you see the emotional, psychological, and even physical impact that someone can have on you, it makes you cautious about entering into anything new.
So then I was like, what happened to this lady? Like, she seems traumatized, and her traumatic experience where she can't trust anyone is because a Twitch employee pretended to date her and try to get to her fans. Not even joking. This is a real thing that happened. Cooked company. I can't prove it, but it was probably the CEO Gooner.
I guess you could say I'm on a romantic cooldown of sorts. And lastly, I simply didn't feel as ever the right time or opportunity to get married in my early to mid-20s. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Between the pandemic, the economy being in the toilet, the economy being in the toilet, the economy being in the toilet.
I'm sorry, but multimillionaires are recession-proof. What is she yapping about? Make the rich pay.
And there just being bigger things to worry about. It's kind of nice to see that people aren't rushing into marriage like they used to.
Yeah, let's just not have any children. She's right. Let's just import 6 million more Indians into Canada, or at least 271.
I also try to think of it this way. What if it's the last time I'll ever be single? I might as well enjoy it, right?
Left. This is quirky to say when you're in your 20s, not when you're pushing 52.
Right? But I am a hopeless romantic at the end of the day, and I truly believe everyone has their perfect match somewhere out there.
You're welcome, Pokemon. I found you an engineer.
Westjet, you are a bitch. Do not redeem me in your video. Your channel sucks.
I hope you already have or will find yours too. You're thinking about how much money you'd make on OnlyFans. Listen, have I had the thought, like, I wonder, mathematically speaking, how much I would make? Sure, most girls probably have thought that. But have I ever actually considered doing it? Nor, absolutely not.
Galactically rare Valkyrie W, good job. Don't sell your soul for a couple of rupees. What a nice bouquet of flowers. Man, what the hell?
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Hate the rich. And she has the audacity to say we hate the rich. Like, be for real.
Bought an engagement ring for myself.
Okay, I didn't actually make this overlay. Relax.
You know, people who come in and they're like, why don't you have kids yet? Stuff like that. Someone said I'm pushing 35. That's 6 years away. And I find it really odd because I don't think there's an issue with not even wanting kids.
Absolutely there's an issue. Immigrants suck, and that's coming from me, an immigrant.
But I actually want kids. Why are you... Okay, how about this? You know the term pocket watching when you're paying too much attention to what someone else is spending their money on? It's kind of like uterus watching. Like pussy watching. Why do you care if there's a baby in my uterus? Shouldn't you like go get a partner and worry about their uterus?
Yeah, this guy pretty much nailed it. This is just Pokemon visualized. Okay, now we really push it. I think I've seen it off now. This rabbit meme is generational. The fact that people are going this hard on her, even though she said explicitly that she wanted to have children, is kind of concerning for her, though. Oh my, the Times of Canada with an article. What is the real story behind Pokemon's self-proposal with a 12K Bulgari ring as the video surfaces? The video quickly spread across social media, with some fans lauding her confidence and others reacting with surprise. I mean, that's one way to put it.
Way too much to get for myself, but then the more I thought about it, I was like,
oh wait, I forgot. I'm rich.
You don't need to have kids. You don't gotta have kids. You have no obligation to have children at all.
I hate to say it, but Kaisenat is right. It's not even that crazy of an opinion. I'm sorry, but I think most people do not care if she has children or doesn't, and they just think the rabbit meme is funny. Because she looks like she's genuinely getting pressed by this, people are gonna keep pushing. It's just how the internet works. But the economy excuse in her position is actually a joke.
the person that you are engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your damn self.
I get the logic, but this is a bit too far. It's okay to dine alone at a restaurant, and it's perfectly normal to go to a movie theater alone. Getting engaged to yourself reeks of narcissism. This is me proposing to myself. Pokemon really is a future cat lady in progress. This Chinese guy said, this is actually so sad and embarrassing. What's worse is that other women will cheer on her delusion and narcissism. Oh, ni hao, my bad, he's Korean, and he followed me after I made that joke last time. Real, recognize real. So I have two more theories. This is all bait, and she just liked the ring and wanted to call it an engagement ring for attention, or she actually got engaged and is hiding her secret fiance. So then congratulations.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
That's crass.
We should have birth control for men.
I'm not taking a pill.
You wouldn't do that for your relationship?
Yikes, birds of the same feather.
What makes me a good candidate to be a parent is the fact that I haven't had kids yet. Is the fact that I want to wait until I know I'm in the best place in my life and in my relationship and I found the right partner to have a child with.
Yeah, she's a bit overhated here, but unfortunately we ran out of time for this video.
Full story, bitch. Check once. Yeah. Died. Died. Yeah. Died.
Songitto 1986 said law.
What the bastard? What the bastard? What the? Trash. But them those go to killed. You know what I need to do? Nice, the revenge. Bitch, kurwa. No, I can defeat them. Quick check, what's here? Whatever. Yeah.
Brian020.
I think there's some saving and bench. Yeah. What the bastard? Whatever. What the bastard? Got him. Got him. Got him. Jump. Jump. Step. 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 Jump. Step. God of being. God of being.
Atahuma said sup sop.
Well,
Atahuma said hi.
I like
At Brian.
I like
At Brian the Metalhead 2463 said yo.
Yep.
At Brian the Metalhead 2463 said need to change the name Jesus. Atahuma said hello hello.
I don't know why. I read the channel name, the head around the metal.
Le Brian's.
Aż kurwa, this is bad. What the? Do it again.
song. Jesus Christ. Lebrine020 said maybe here sold work better.
Oh! Oh!
Zero. That's what I got. Lebrine0. Already. This man. Lebrine02.
Okay. No time, man. No time. No time. Time, man. Sometimes I'm 12 hours working. Don't change. Don't change. No time, man. Sometimes I'm have time to clean this house on the weekend. Barely have time to clean this house on the weekend.
Lebrine020 said the overtime. Killing us.
I'm gonna press remove, but probably we're not gonna finish.
So, I have talked for a long, long time about how cool it would be to have a CTR launcher that has a lot of custom tracks on it, but automatically updates itself and is one download and is easily accessible. Well. Boy oh boy, do we have something. This is Project Safi. Huge shout-outs to Red Hot and the gang for putting this together. Basically, this is going to be, I imagine, so I should explain. This is in beta right now. This is the beta version of Project Safi. This has been worked on for a long, long time. But basically, this is a custom track collection that will be updated over time, and more tracks will be added and so on. Right now, I think we have 10 tracks on it, as of right now. Oh yeah, and it has the creators of the tracks as well. And the main crazy thing about this, and the main reason why I, regardless of being ill, I had to show this, was because if I go into a track, we have leaderboards. Online leaderboards for custom tracks that are in-game. And let's say I wanted to watch how to play a level. I can go, ooh, let's watch Box 6 Time Trial, his 1:19:53. I can click triangle, and I can watch it. And I can learn how to play the track. Hey, that's him. Hey, that's him in chat right now. This is basically what modern-day Mario Kart has. This is like a thing in Mario Kart world. This is a thing, you know, in these kinds of modern games. And now CTR has it, and it's all in one download. It's all in one place.
and it's absolutely incredible. And of course, this is just the beta, so there's going to be more stuff added to it in time. So, yeah, man, this is insane. Absolutely insane. This is a launcher. This is not an ISO. This is a launcher. In the description of this video, if you're watching this on YouTube, I will have a link to not only download this one download, but also to make an account so that all of your times can get saved on the leaderboard. There is a website for this, which has everything you need. But yeah, you make an account and you go. This is as close a glimpse into the future as we have right now. And who knows where we'll be someday with this. Yeah, but the Pandora's box has truly began to open, but instead of illness and disease, it's fucking cool. So yeah. So on that note, I am going to try and set some times, I guess. I'm gonna try and set some times for the leaderboards, so that y'all can beat me. I should probably do one time trial of each, knowing what I know right now, and then I should watch replays of everything and like learn, and then become the GOAT. So I guess we'll just start at Drive Through Danger and we'll just go from there, I reckon. But yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna do one time trial of each, and then we're gonna, you know, improve, maybe. Or we're gonna suck, either or. Or we're gonna be genuinely terrible. I also imagine, because of, by the way, I'm gonna very, very quickly. Oh, it has to be max. Oh, that's interesting. I guess that's for the replay system. I was gonna turn that down, but I guess I'll just turn it down on my end. I'll turn it up on your guys' end because I'm turned down because it's very, very loud in my earbuds right now.
I'm gonna finish the stream actually. I'm gonna leave this like around until tomorrow.